众朋友好，欢迎收看最新一期的子天访谈录 SD Talk Show， 我是子天 Sky 董。Hi Danny.
Hi Sky, how are you?
Good. I think today you bring a lot of the books, right, and the magazines.
Yes. As a matter of fact, these are the monthly magazines and newspaper that I read a lot.
Yeah.
You know, just like anything else. I mean, if you are serious about your profession, you have to devote times in reading.
Yeah.
And be updated with all the current events because all of those affect your industry.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's a politics, social events, regulations, and all that. So these are the things that's good stuff to read. Not only for brokers, but good for landowner too. If you are a landowner, a shopping centers owners, there's all of these affect your properties.
Yeah.
For example, I mean, if a street or a major freeway is about to be expanded in your area, then it will affect your property. So you got to read to have that local market intelligence.
Yeah. That's good. I look at here shopping center business.
Yeah.
So which magazine you can recommend to our audience?
Yes, matter of fact, these are the few typical that I can find today in the shopping centers business. Is published by ICSC, International Shopping Centers Association. So they give advice. They are the eyes and ears of shopping centers owners. What is it that going on that affect the industry? How does the interest rate affect business owners? COVID, for example.
Yeah.
COVID shut down and regulations in regard to that. And for example, the governor just banned the mask. What does that mean? You know, I mean, it could be a double sore news for people. It could be good for some people, but it could be for some bad for some people. For example, a company who manufacture masks, I mean, he or she should be very sad because I mean, less people would require masks. But the restaurant, they have more people coming to
the
restaurant
owner.
and social setting. Yeah. So it's very important that to be updated. Yeah. So I got local paper. I got a magazine about land, about shopping centers, at a national level, at a state level, and at the Houston. And for example, I'm looking at the one in Sugar Land. This one is a good one too. It's called Community Impact newspaper. This is in Sugar Land, Missouri City.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So whatever is happening in the area, they show you what street will be expanded according to the Texas Department of Transportation, and they show you what company is moving to town.
Yeah.
Because it's important. I mean, a big company coming to town, which one is moving away from, for example, bad news is Fry's. Fry's on 59 and Bellwood 8, they closed down.
Oh,
yeah, so that's the effect.
So the older magazine can bring the people.
So it's good to be informed, but you got to be, if you got to get your own source of information too, because you involve in the area, you drive the area, you work the area, so you know. It's called market intelligence. You know exactly is what happening in your territory.
Yeah.
That's why people like to use local people. Because, for example, if you want to have a good broker who represent you, market intelligence is very important because that broker got to know, the land availability. How many pieces of land are available on that street? What kind of rate is going on? What kind of land has been sold recently? These are very important.
So behind each deal you're closing, what is the story you can share to us?
Okay, you're right. Every transaction had a story. Every story. I'm very grateful that we closed a few deals recently. But the one that I am grateful for the most is the one in Missouri City, 5 acres of land, right the corner of Cartwright and Brightwater. For those of you who live in Missouri City, you know that area. Cartwright, Brightwater subdivision, and 5 acres of land, and we sold that. And now they are building, and it's called Professional Office Park.
Oh.
It's just like, they build different building, and then people come and buy it as office condominium.
Oh, okay.
So the concept is, instead of leasing, you can buy your own. So they create like a village, if you will.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like an industrial park.
Yeah.
They have a building here, and then for chiropractors, for architect, for construction company. So I'm very happy with that. Yeah.
So from the beginning, you how to choose this land to selling that?
Okay. First of all, you got to be able to be known. Okay. So basically, if you're a landowner, right, when you want to buy, when you want to sell your land, because selling your land is a very complicated process, especially it comes to commercial land. And the first thing is that who come to your mind first? Who come to mind first? So for example, so branding is very important.
Oh,
So
branding. Yeah.
So for example, when people think about shoes, they think about Nike. They think about real estate. They think about certain person. They think about whatever. So with the past 20 plus years that actively involved in the community, so your name is known. People spread word.
Yeah.
They see your sign everywhere. They read the newspaper. They know that you sold land. So our mind, our name came to the attention. But I mean, this piece of land is owned by. Sometimes you're dealing with one owner. Sometimes you deal with several.
Yeah.
This land is owned by a church.
Oh, yeah.
A church.
Oh, okay.
And then in a church, they have a group of trustees.
Oh,
They got like an advisor. So basically, I remember we were one of the companies, including big companies in towns, that they interview. So we came in, and then they have a group of people interviewing you. So they interview you. They make sure that you have the knowledge, you have the experience, you get a contact, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you have the the local ordinances. You work with the city. It's not about a land, but if that piece of land is not able to develop,
Yeah.
a buyer, a new owner could not get permit, then it's nothing. It's wasteless. So I mean, you need to know how can you make that land feasible to the buyer. Sometimes they buy that piece of land, but that land is, every city, every
The permit maybe not get approval.
yes, city it's called zoning. Usually they have different zone.
Yeah.
Every piece of land in Missouri and in Sugar Land, especially in Fort Bend and Pearland, usually every piece of land is designated with a letter. It's called zoning. Some land you cannot build a manufacturing. Some land you cannot build a gas station. Some land you cannot build certain things. And some people do not know. Especially people who came from a different country. Back then, land is land, but land is not land. Because it's involved in the rules and regulations. And then sometimes the government do not allow you to build certain things.
Yeah.
But we help. We go to the city. We convince the city to change the use of the land.
Yeah.
It's called rezoning. It's rezoning. We stand in front of the mayor and the council, and then we convince them.
Yeah, I remember my architect friend, they say in Pearland last year, the senior living not got the approval for the permit. So I have a question. So if you got this situation, they need to choose another piece of land or?
Yeah. You know, if you have a lot of option, that would be easier. If this one work out, you have option B. But sometimes you do not have that options.
Yeah.
Because I mean, to find the right location is very important. It has to be close proximity to the senior people. It's a right market.
Oh,
it's a right
okay.
piece of land. The price is right. The land look good. I mean, it's got all the utilities in that. So at the second best option is to convince the city to go through, it's called rezoning process. It's a time-consuming process, but you have to know what you're doing. So you have to remember that when the vision, when leaders of a certainty, when they plan for that land, some of the designation of the land will plan like 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 years ago, but time changed.
Yeah.
For example, you know, at that time, Missouri City, Pearland, Richmond is a city of nowhere. It's a countryside.
Yeah.
But now change.
Yeah.
Constantly changing because the population changed, the dynamic of it changed. So that's why you convince. First of all, you come up with a concept.
Yeah.
And then you come to the planning and zoning. You tell them, you said, you know, we would like you. I know that this land was, the city wanted for certain use.
Yeah.
But now we have this use. Why? Because it's going to serve a need for the community. It's going to help to bring tax. It's going to help to bring services. So all the benefit.
Yeah.
You convey the council.
Yeah.
The council. And you know, the council and the mayor, they are the eyes and ears. They represent the populations. So especially they want to make sure that whatever you're doing is good for the city.
Yeah, is correct.
For that area.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, you told me before you want to do a workshop.
Yeah, let finish this.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit. I think this is important that they need to know too. So, and sometimes you will receive opposition.
Yeah.
You know, they cannot, but you have to make sure that, you know, whatever you're doing, it doesn't create a negative impact and sometimes the people in the neighborhood, they don't want a lot of cars driving into the area. They don't want, it become a certain use will have a negative impact. They don't want it. So politics play a big role.
Oh.
You know, one thing about this this real estate is that we have a slogan, Sky. We said, if real estate is your business, is your profession, then politics is your business. Repeat that. If real estate is your profession, then politics is your business.
Yeah.
We have to know. We got to know politics. Some people we say, oh, I do business. I don't want to get involved in politics. I'm sorry to say, but that is a very ignorant statement. Politics and business, especially politics and government and real estate are very closely related. Because if the city come up with a certain ordinance, then that piece of land can be worthless. If they make it difficult, it's all this is affected. So that's why a few months ago I had the honor to be appointed, to be selected to serve as one of the political advisory members for HAR.
HAR, yeah.
And you know what HAR stands for, right? HAR stands for
It's if you want to buy
Houston Association of Realtors.
If you want to buy a house, buy apartment, or you are a realtor, or you need to click har.com to find the house. Yeah.
Yes, HAR is a very big organization.
Yeah.
So basically, so we not only we need to be informed of the local politics, but we get involved in choosing the right leaders. You know, HAR has close to 30,000 members.
Wow.
30. Can you imagine what the power of the vote? 30,000 members. Can you imagine a senator, a congressman, have an extra 30,000 vote and their family vote? You know what kind of impact it will make? So basically, we want to make sure we have a lot of power, collective powers. So we make sure that we choose the right leader. So we have an honor So whether it's at a senator, U.S. senator, the U.S. congressman, or state level, county level, and then we interview them. We have an honor interview them, and whoever had a good policy. We want to make sure somebody who make it easier for landowner, somebody who don't increase property taxes. Can you imagine you have a leader increase property taxes? So we make sure that guy support property owners so he can keep the property tax very low. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He doesn't come out all
I
kind of
understand.
regulations. So politics, that's why you see I get involved in politics, heavily in politics. And as a matter of fact, that's why I became a city council. Remember you asked me? I never thought of going to politics, but I mean, in this business, you got to get involved and know who's your leaders. They said if you are not at the table, you will be on the menu.
Yeah, I learned a lot from you.
Yes, yeah. So regulations. So a piece of land, it's not about piece of land. It's got three parts. It got the legal aspect of it, and then the physical structure. But we were taught the different, and it's got the economic. Yeah, but that's why this is all the news and be informed. But that is some of the things that. We had the opportunity to interview Sugar Land City Council candidate.
Oh.
Yeah, of course I cannot tell you the details of it. But it was an honor. Yeah.
So next week we will go to interview Richmond mayor.
Yes. Next week you and I will have the honor to interview a newly elected female.
Yes, female.
Female. I think you will relate it. I'll let you ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
We just got an International Women's Day, right?
Yeah.
So what a perfect timing. So being to interview the mayor. So again, our focus is we want to ask you as the mayor, land is very important. I mean, so what is your attitude toward the land and landowners? That's why I want to make sure that I want to fight for the right for the property owners. Owning the properties, even though we have the honors and the privilege to collect rent and we get the luxury of ownership, but we also have our own dues too. We have a lot of headaches.
Yeah.
We don't want another headaches. We don't want local government to come in and come up with some crazy rule. They say, I cannot let daycare to be in a shopping center. I cannot have certain business. So that's why you and I interview mayor. We want to make sure that, what is her attitude toward landowners, for business owners that shopping centers.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. Also, different city have different rules and different plan.
Yes, and opportunity. And what is going on? Remember, you and I interview Mayor Kevin. Kevin Cole in Pearland.
Yeah.
You like him, didn't you? Yeah, and then he shared with us about the vision. What would be the plan for certain area. So you want to see, because that will be the vision for the city. Because if you're a land buyer, you want to know what is going on in the area. You know where the expansion is. Where are you remember the Fort Bend Tollway, and some of the tollway just recently built. Can you imagine the value? This used to be 100,000 of acres with nothing but cows on it. Just one freeway. One dog cut it by. All the value along that will go up. Would you want to buy some land right?
Yeah.
So to be informed is very important.
Yeah. I just mentioned about why I talk about the workshop because I heard a lot of things, the knowledge from you. I think our audience also really interesting. Yes.
When you and I first started the show, and then we both agree that this show is for very focused group of audience. This show, of course, we love everybody to watch this show. I think our show is inspirational and all that. But what makes you successful, a person successful, is you are not for everybody. If you are in the food business, you want to be good at certain food, right? And then whether you're good at seafood or you're good at steak and you're good at noodle, the same thing. I think our expertise, this show is for landowners. Shopping centers owners. are the people who want to buy our own shopping centers.
Yeah.
Or to buy land. The people who want to lease space. Business owners, what are the difficulties? So we want to share our knowledge and experience with those people. And how do we do that? You know, with the very limited time duration for the show, we cannot go into detail.
Yeah.
We cannot go. That's what the workshop is. So basically, I identify as business owners at a shopping center. What is your headaches? What is because they want to know what can I do to maximize the value of my shopping centers. What can I do to maintain my shopping center in good shape? What can I do to bring in tenant? Should I, at this time right now, should I keep it? Should I buy it? Or should I renovate it?
Yeah.
So they have options.
Yeah.
Should I keep it, hold it?
Or selling. Yeah.
Should I sell it? Or should I improve it? And income. In order to make that decision, they need to be informed.
Yeah.
So that's why we come in. We said, you know, we will give them steps. And, you know, we want to be ears and eyes for those people. For example, property tax come up. Capital gain, for example, with the new president. The capital gain when you sell your property. What would the new policy with the Biden policy? What would be the capital gain? How does that affect? You know. So basically, we want to use our knowledge like a guideline.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what should you do before you buy a piece of land? What should you do before you buy shopping centers? What are 10 steps that you have to look for? Like a checklist, like a general checklist. And then, in addition to this, that's why I plan to have a workshop. So we have to determine a date. And we have a great location.
Yeah.
We had a great location. I think Mr. Lee would like that because Mr. Lee is always supportive of business owner, right? So,
yeah. Also.
Yeah, and he always have resources.
Yeah.
You know, he you know, they got a printing shop here. They got yellow pages. They all kind of services for small business owners. Hopefully, we're going to do a workshop here. But it's not only on our knowledge, but we're going to bring some expertise people. For example, you know, every transaction that we do, you remember we talked earlier?
Yeah, we have a title company,
bank.
Yeah. Also the construction company.
For me. Survey, environmental.
Yeah.
Remember the deal?
Yeah. Also, we can future our show. We can bring in the experts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Nobody knows everything.
Yeah.
And I am still learning every day. and that make me joyful, happy because I learn new things every day.
Yeah.
It's you know, learning is just like an ocean. You know, the more you learn, the more that you realize that you don't know anything. Yeah. Even 25 years, but every transaction is involved, just like a surgeon. Every procedure, every surgery is get involved. So sometimes a difficult transaction, it teaches you a lot. So this is a complicated process. So we want to pass on that knowledge to our client, to the people that we serve. So if you're a bank, you know, you can collaborate with us, please. How do people get a hold of you?
Oh, you can call our Southern News Group the phone number.
And ask for
Sky.
Beautiful Sky.
Yeah.
Sky Dawn.
Yeah.
Okay, please. If you're a bank, like I shared with you, we just closed until last week, and I gave that shopping center transaction to insurance because I cannot close without having an insurance policy by them. Yeah. So basically, I call around, but I want to make sure. See, it's all about network, it's relationship. Like anything, there's thousands of everything.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you, these are the people that we're looking for. If you're a good loan officer, you can come and work with us. We can interview you, or you can join with us, so we can get a workshop we call how to get a loan before you put the step. Yeah. Don't wait until you find a piece of property, but being proactive. What do you need to have in order to qualify for land, a vacant land, for land that you want to build on, to buy shopping centers? So you share that knowledge with the people. If you're a title company, you can come talk with us. You can share with them what is it that you must look for, what kind of document, what kind of things that you need to have. For example, when you buy a piece of land, do you own the service right? People always want to buy a piece of land, but sometimes they buy that land, but they don't own the mineral under it. How does a new buyer know that? It's called mineral right. Sometimes they own the service right, but they don't own the mineral right. So you might want to make sure that a piece of land that you buy that's included mineral right. Otherwise, some smart people, they say, I sell you a piece of land. But after you close, they come with the machine. They come and they drill on your land. They get all the oil and they dig out the gold. So a title company, an insurance company, an inspector, an insurance company, what kind of floods insurance, what type of different insurance, what are general insurance. So we like collaborations. That's why you and I come together, right? 1 + 1 equal
2.
Equal 3. 1 + 1. There's a word that I want to share with you. It's called synergy.
Okay.
Synergy. Synergy, that means 1 + 1 equal 3 or 4 or 5. That means, for example, if you can carry 100 pounds, I can carry 100 pounds. Okay, if we carry separately, that's all we can carry. But you and I get a stick, we can carry 500 pounds. It's called the power of leverage. It's called the power, they call synergy. So we help each other. The new times that we help, we like collaborations. I'll bring business to you, and then we help each other because we all serve that buyer. That's why I can put a package together, the property. And then when they need insurance, they have insurance. When they get a renovation contract, a paint, even a landscaper. People do landscape, whatever. So you make it easier, like a transaction. We want that opportunity. So if you're good, but you must be good. You got to be good. You must have you provide quality services, and your prices are reasonable. Because when we trust you and we recommended you to somebody, our reputation is on. Does that make sense? We want to have a good so that we can accomplish bigger things together. Does that make sense?
Also, we're open for the company can sponsor our show. There's everything is when you want to come in and you want to promote every show, because the station need to get some fund in order to run like anything else. They need to pay for the light, they need to pay for the air times, of course. But if you, it's called branding. If you market yourself right, and then you position yourself right, and then it's no longer an expense, it's an investment. If you put if you put $1, but you bring $3, that's a good investment, right? If you pay, so our objective here is not to get people money. That is, we're trying to bring some good collaboration, so our show will be more informative, more powerful. I think this year is a really good beginning. And the COVID almost gone. Everybody can get a vaccine.
Yes. I am, for the past couple of weeks, is the feeling in the air, the confidence in the air. People are less nervous. Less nervous. It's not. I start going back to the gym. I sit in the saunas and all that. So I hope this will be behind us pretty soon, so we can move on.
I think our small business owner, after the workshop, also we can go to something like before the business delegation over the sea.
Yes. I like that. I think Mr. Lee, he's the honorary consul general of Guinea. So I like that vision. Nowadays you cannot just sit and wait for business to come to you. I like leader like that. You got to be go-getter. You have to go out there. So his vision is to to bring a group of delegation, to bring them to different country, to introduce to them international opportunity.
International.
That also tell them about Houston too. You see, so whatever it takes to help people to succeed. And in business, you gotta get a relationship and contacts. The reason people came to me because I have contact. My one of the things that I'm proud of the most is the contact, the people that I know. I mean, one very famous person said, "You can take everything away from me, but give me my contacts, and 5 years I will get it back."
Wow.
So it's said that the contact is very important.
Yeah.
So I mean, well, come join us, and then we got the international center. We can do lunch and we can meet. I mean, you have to be willing to go out there and shake hands. Hey, my name is Danny. Oh, I'm Sky. What did you do? Oh, I'm doing this and this. If I don't buy from you, I buy somebody else. So if you're proud of your business, then you should talk about your business. You should sell your business. I told my agent, I said, I mean, if you're not proud of what you do, then you're a secret agent. You're not an agent, but you're a secret agent. Because if you truly believe that your product and service are good people, you should proudly say, I mean, how can I help you? Because every business is a solution to a problem. Yes.
Thank you so much, Danny. Yeah, I'm so excited about the workshop.
Of course, like always. I hope you enjoy our show.
Yeah.
And next week, Sky and I will be interviewing the mayor
Of Richmond.
And she and I will be going to the City Hall.
Yeah.
So maybe we give you a tour of the City Hall of Richmond, what it's like. But any feedback, any comment, please contact us so we can be a better host for you.
Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's good to see you and have a great, successful week.
Thank you.
Yeah.
这就是今天的子天访谈录 SD Talk Show， 我是子天 Sky 的 Thank you， 我们下期再见。